Hi there, welcome to the Black Oak Asset Management YouTube channel. My name is Ryan Ledden, president of Black Oak Asset Management. I'm here just to provide education as much as possible. There's a lot of topics in this financial world, the world of finance, if you will, financial planning, that just make people scratch their heads. So I want to try to decipher, if you will, some of that information out there just to help you out and to, like I said, provide education and to maybe steer you in the right direction. So maybe some of the questions that you have had. Well, today's topic is we're going to talk about the confusing world of required minimum distributions. Required minimum distributions have always been a little confusing, but they have changed twice over the last several years. So they make it even more confusing for people to take their RMDs, or what they call required minimum distribution. So let me back up really quick. So what are RMDs? RMDs, like I said, required minimum distributions. They are on pre-tax accounts that have never been touched by the IRS or our federal government from taxes yet. They've been sheltered, they've been deferred, and now they're saying, hey, pay up. You've gotten this tax deferral and tax deductions your entire life by contributing to a traditional IRA or a 401k or a 403b, anything pre-tax that has never been taxed before. So I tell people their first beneficiary on their pre-tax accounts is not the beneficiaries that they put on the beneficiary form. The first cut is the IRS or the federal government, or I should say the Treasury Department for your taxes. So required minimum distributions have to be taken every single year once you reach a certain age. And even for us as financial advisors, sometimes that age is confusing because it has changed a couple times. Well, it used to be 70 and a half. Once you reach 70, the year you turn 70 and a half, you have to take a required minimum distribution, or at least by April 1st of the next year that you turn 70 and a half. So right there, it's already confusing. You're like, what? What did he just say? So if you've been taking required minimum distributions, you keep taking them. So that was the age, 70 and a half. Well, they changed it again. So if you're basically born in latter part of 1949 and 1950, your required minimum distribution age is 72. If you were born between 1951 and 1959, your required minimum distribution age is 73. And if you're 1960 or later, which is me, 1960 or later, your required minimum distribution age is age 65. So what that means is when you turn those ages, whatever the account balance is the previous year, there is a calculation. Now, your custodian, whoever holds your money, should be able to tell you what dollar amount that is. If you work with us, if you work with an advisor, they're going to help you out with that, and they're going to know exactly how much you take out each year. That is the minimum. Again, the M is minimum distribution. Now, you can take more than that, but you can't take less. And if you do, there's a 25% penalty on the amount that you were supposed to take out. So it could be substantial. So don't go below that. Do something, at least the minimum. You can always do more. So there's no way around it. Some people don't need the required minimum distributions. Maybe they have a pension. Maybe they have Social Security coming in, and their lifestyle is fairly simple. They don't have a whole lot of debt or overhead expenses, and those income needs are met. You still got to do it. You still have to do it. So some people say, well, can I just take money out and do a Roth conversion of all that? You can do a Roth conversion, but it doesn't satisfy the required minimum distribution. You have to do a required minimum distribution, and then you can do a Roth conversion on top of that if you want to, and that saves on doing a required minimum distribution down the road. Once everything is in a Roth, you don't have required minimum distributions anymore because the tax bill has been paid. The tax bill, you're off the hook of the IRS, so it's done for. So that's what a lot of people do is if they don't need the required minimum distribution, they try to do heavy conversions each year and go ahead and be done with it. And then the money's sitting in a Roth IRA growing tax deferred, tax free. There's a thing called a QCD. A QCD is a qualified charitable distribution. What that is, it's you giving to a charity of your choice, a 501c3 out there. You can give that charity your required minimum distribution, which is awesome. They receive it pre-tax, you don't have to pay tax on it, but it checks the box for your required minimum distribution. So you're getting kind of a dual benefit. If you don't need that required minimum distribution and you have a cause, a church, a charity, whatever that may be that you want to give to, you can do a QCD. It's very easy to do. You can do that at 70 and a half. You can start those sooner if you want to, but you can start doing those and it satisfies your required minimum distribution. Again, the charity, the church, the 501c3, they love it. And you get your credit, if you will, for doing a required minimum distribution for that year. Another thing real quick is what they call a QLAC. It's basically a longevity annuity. So QLAC is a longevity annuity. Basically, you can put money in a QLAC and at age 85, so it's a longevity annuity, like I said, at age 85. So you don't have to take required minimum distributions on that dollar amount. You can do up to $200,000. You can put it in a QLAC and it just grows deferred. Tax deferred, and then at 85, you basically turn the income on. So it's an annuity that lasts the rest of your life. So again, longevity annuity. So if you have longevity in your family, it could be an option to do, and you don't have to pay required minimum distributions on that amount until you get to age 85. And then the income that you're taking out satisfies that required minimum distribution. So there are things you can do out there. Again, it is confusing on when to do it, when to take it, how much to take. Again, penalties, they're there, 25% penalty if you don't do it. So consult somebody if you have trouble with this. Either consult an advisor, give us a call, or whoever the money is with. If it's with a Schwab, if it's with a Fidelity or a Vanguard, they will be able to help you out with that. Because it can get very, very confusing and you want to satisfy those required minimum distributions. So, and I'm not going to even talk about, we're getting close to 10 minutes here. I'm not going to even talk about inherited IRAs. Inherited IRAs are completely different. The rules have changed on that as well. The whole stretch IRA over your whole life are very, very limited now. Mostly it's a 10-year time horizon where you got to take that money out in an inherited IRA. From spouse to spouse, you don't have to do that. But again, that'll be another video for another time. But hopefully this provides a little bit of clarity of what an RMD is and when you have to take them. Again, if you're born between 1951 and 1959, your RMDs are at 73. Anything after 1959, your required minimum distribution is going to be age 75. So again, call us, reach out to us if you need some help with that. But hopefully that adds some clarity to the required minimum distribution debacle that the government has changed a few times. But all the best, and we'll talk soon.